I went to see the doctor today, and it turns out it's not my heart like I thought. They are going to do a CAT scan of my brain, which is not uncommon, especially for me having cerebral palsy. They have always kept a close eye on my brain doing CAT scans and stuff, because I do have brain damage, and we don't want any surprises like an aneurysm or anything. So they've always done, and plus with my seizures coming out of the damaged part of my brain, it's just safer for them to do CAT scans and MRIs. So they scheduled that. That's normal, common, so that's no big deal. They also scheduled some lung function tests. And they put me back on the nebulizer and got rid of the inhalers. What she thinks happened is I've lost more on the left side and a possible mini stroke. And I've lost more with the left lung than first thought. At first thought, it was just the asthma was getting more severe and stuff. We're doing some more lung function tests and stuff. We're going to do some lung function exercises, and we'll see if that's not causing me to pass out while I'm walking because of a lack of lung function. And she wants to check on the weakness on the left side, that I might have had some kind of mini stroke from the COVID, and that might be affecting the left lung. So I got the okay to up my activity level a little bit, which is what I was waiting on. I tend to be better safe than sorry. So I haven't been doing things I wanted to do, like podcasts and stuff, because I frankly had no air. And they're going to order me a new nebulizer because the old one, believe it or not, got lost in packing. Wonderful. So I'm back on the nebulizer medicine. I'm hoping personally they don't need to do a sleep study, that my CPAP is not, that I don't need another CPAP. I really don't want to wear a CPAP, so if I can get away with that, that's cool too. But we'll see. You know, it may be something as simple as nebulizer medicine and a little bit of oxygen at night. We'll see what the test results say. So I'm happy about that. I'm so blessed to have a mom that understands me and understands my panic and was willing to go in with me to talk to the doctor and tell the doctor what she thought, which I really wanted her to do because she saw things from a different perspective. When you have any kind of medical issue, if you don't feel like you're being listened to, do not be afraid to bring in someone to help you advocate for you. That's what I basically did. I told Mom, I said, I don't feel like I'm being listened to. Oh, my dog just scared the life out of me. You want to see? There's Coco and Ginger. They are barking because someone is walking past the house. Archer and Tilly are outside going potty. I just didn't expect Coco to bark, and so that's why the phone went, yeah. My weight has stayed the same for the past 5 years. It is a little high. I'm at 215. I'm not going to lie. That's not where I wanted to be, but it's where my body is most comfortable, so I'm learning to accept it. But don't be afraid to advocate for yourself or ask someone to come in who you think can do a better job if you don't feel like you're being listened to. I told Mom, I said, listen, I'm not sure I'm being listened to. I feel like I'm being ignored, which I wasn't. It was my perception was off, but that's just fine. Once Mom was able to explain to me why, I wasn't hearing anything and help me calm down the panic that can sometimes overtake my brain, because I do have anxiety disorder. I do have some symptoms of autism and ADHD, and I did try to clarify things with her on that today. She said I don't talk real well. I don't exactly have autism, and I don't have ADHD exactly. I have symptoms that are caused by the cerebral palsy and the location of the brain damage that mimic those disabilities. So it's a little more tricky and a little more complicated. It's not something I can get on ADHD medicine for. It's not going to help because of the way my brain had to rewire itself when I was born after the lack of oxygen. So it's just something that, I have quirks and Mom and I are getting along real good. We're living together real well. So it works. I don't have to be on any more medicine right now except for the nebulizer medicine. So that's good. That means I can try out for Grease, which Scully, I'll try to link his channel in the comments below, but they do these plays every month. And I was in Peter Pan, and I wanted to be in The Wizard of Oz, but I just didn't feel up to it until I talked to the doctor. I didn't feel comfortable. Because I'll tell you, I was panicking. And I do that. It made me think, oh my God, the worst. It's not the worst. It's just I'm going to have to get used to lack of, how much less air we don't know. And then we'll see if some kind of medicine might do better, or if the nebulizer will do the trick, or do I need to wear oxygen at night or something like that. It depends on what shows up on the lung function tests, and if a stroke may or may not show up, depending on the brain damage and the location and all this Yahoo stuff. So sometimes I will give you my personal story here. Sometimes I panic and my brain goes to the worst option. And sometimes I hear the doctor, but I don't listen. There is a difference. So I will bring someone in I trust, which usually it's my mom, and she will listen and help me calm down and help me understand what's being said. And that's basically me asking for help with advocating for myself. So don't ever be afraid to advocate for yourself and get everything clear. I hope to try out for Scully's production of Grease. Right now they're doing the Shawshank Redemption. I'll link his channel in the comments. Give him a look up. There's a great bunch of people, and he is a wonderful author, and I love to listen to him read stories. He's got just a captivating voice. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to finding a way around this so that I can get back to a new normal. We also discussed a wheelchair, and I'm so happy. I do not qualify for a wheelchair. That is the best thing she could have said. She thinks once we get the lungs straightened out, I may have to stop more often. I may be permanently limited on how much that I can hold or handle. The vet also give you an update on Archer. He does have arthritis in his right front paw, but it's not as severe as we thought. His allergies are also causing his body to react. So now that we're getting the allergies under control and the asthma or the arthritis, and that one paw is more under control, then we do have to buy another pair of boots because his boots are too tight on his foot, and the vet wants him to have a looser boot, or Musher's Secret, which is a paw wax that you can put on their feet that will do a similar job. So Archer can go back to duty, not full and heavy, because neither one of us is where we were when we first became a team. We're both getting a little older, getting a little creakier. He only probably has 2 more years before he fully retires. So he is under restriction as well. If he's having a bad day, if his allergies are bad, he has to stay in, or if his paw is swelling up. Until we can find a medicine for the allergies that's going to help stop the constant ear infections. He doesn't want Archer sniffing the flowers and sticking his head in the flower bushes, which is his favorite thing Archer loves to do. So he's going to be a little more restricted until we get the medicine figured out. And that's not a bad thing. He has play areas, indoors, outdoors. I'm buying him a kiddie pool on the 3rd. And some kiddie pool dog toys that we can throw in their kiddie pool so they can have that in their play area. We're going to expand the play area this summer. And you know, we got plans, but now that we know that Archer and I both are on limited mobility until we figure it out for both of us. But he can be slowly, instead of completely retired, he can be slowly retired in the next 2 years. The doctor does not want him working after 8. So 8 or 9 at the latest. And so we are starting the retirement process with him. And he's not liking it right now, but he's also loving being able to play with his 3 sisters. So hopefully he'll get used to a new normal. He loves to stare at the fish tank. My mom bought me some fish, so we got fish in the fish tank now. And his favorite thing is to lay on the end of the bed and stare at the fish tank. And we got some home repairs coming this summer. Mom and I applied for some grants. And hopefully we can get some things done around here. Like Mom said, we need to do a few of the repairs before something happens to Mom, especially because I can't get on the roof or mow the lawn, and you know, I can't do some things to, like the air conditioner. We're gonna have to get in the next year or so a big central air, whether we like it or not, because the colder it is, the easier time I have breathing. So we've got things that are hopefully going to be done this summer, and that's the plan around here. I did like living on my own to a point. I do prefer to have someone in the house with me, and like Mom said, this is my house too, so might as well come home. And we are able to talk and communicate, which we weren't doing as well last time when I first moved out on my own. It was just to give me an idea, basically anyway, of how to function by myself. And when my health got to where I'm passing out walking, we knew it had to stop. And I had to come home. But it's not been a bad thing. It's been a good move for me. I really think so. And a good move for my mom. So that's the update. You'll start seeing a few more videos now that I'm got more all clear. I was worried that I might have to have heart surgery and all this, and that's kind of why I pulled back. I was panicking. And yeah, some people have the ability to panic more than others. It doesn't mean we're weaker than anybody else. It just means sometimes it's easier to pull in someone to advocate for you when you don't understand and you know yourself well enough to know this is going to make me jump to the wrong conclusion. If I don't understand what's going on, I'm going to get scared. That's my story. That's my truth. The more I don't understand, the more afraid I get. And so my mother's been through strokes with my stepfather, cancer with my stepfather, blood clots with my grandmother, heart trouble with my grandfather. In fact, the 3 of them died in less than 3 years. We lost all 3 of them. It was boom, boom, boom. My stepfather, my grandmother, and then my grandfather. And so my mom's been through it. She's been taking care of people since she was 19 years old. Her first job was at a nursing home, so she knows what she's talking about. And I know myself well enough to know I had to pull somebody in. So don't ever think I can't ask for help. I don't care what your age is. I don't care what the problem is. Never feel like you're a burden, because you're not. And never feel like you can't ask questions or ask for help. And if you're stuck in a spot where you don't know how to get out of it, like I was with my best friend Danny, there at the end, she had mental issues, and I didn't know. I prayed to God and said, God, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. It was a very controlling thing, and I learned a lot from it, but at the same time, I learned to listen to others too, and not depend solely on the one person, which is what I did with Danny. And I believed her excluding my family was good, and fine, and I didn't talk to my own mother for 18 years. Don't be afraid to question anything. I don't care if it's a doctor, if it's a lawyer, I don't care if it's your best friend. Advocate for yourself, and if you can't, ask for help. That's all I'm going to say now. I think I need to go get Tilly before she drives the neighbor nuts. Apparently he's got something she wants to play with, and I can hear her barking. I'll talk to you guys later, and like I said, it's good news for me. And I will link Scully's House of Thrillers in the comments. I think you should really check them out. Bye.